It's mentioned in Yajurved, chapter number 32, verse number 3. Natasya pratima asti. Of that God, there is no pratima. As I mentioned earlier, pratima means an image, a photograph, a painting, a picture, an idol, a statue, a sculpture. Of that God, there is no pratima. Of that God, there is no image, there is no photograph, there is no painting, there is no portrait, there is no idol, there is no statue, there is no sculpture.
You cannot see the wajh, the face of Allah in this form, but when we go to Jannah, everyone in Jannah will not see the face of Allah. Only those who are in Jannat al-Firdaus or Jannat al-Firdaus or Allah, close to the Prophet, Allah will not show His face always. We would urge, we would desire to see His face. So the highest reward that any Muslim or any human being can get, Jannah is a high reward but not the highest. Jannat al-Firdaus is high but not highest. It is seeing the face of Allah, the wajh of Allah.
We all know that Zakir Naik became very famous after the debate with Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, and before that or during that period he made so many videos about the similarities between Hinduism and Islam, and one of the popular mantra he always used is Natasya Pratima Asti, Yajurveda 32/3, that of that God there is no image, there is no photograph, etc., etc. And I was totally surprised and in fact shocked to see the video of Zakir Naik, which says, he was saying that if you go to Jannah and if you are lucky you can see the face of Allah. So that means it is not that God is formless as mentioned in Vedas. Vedas mention that God is formless, God does not have a face, He does not have a body, He is ever unborn, eternal, etc., etc. Whereas Quran says about a face of Almighty God in Jannah. So whatever Zakir Naik has been trying to manipulate, he tried to manipulate so many mantras of Vedas, but the basic is he always became famous by quoting Natasya Pratimasti. Vedas says that there is no image of God, there is no face of Almighty God or body of Almighty God. Similarly, Quran also says the same. So Vedas and Quran speaks about the same Almighty God. And by seeing this video by Zakir Naik today, I am able to surely conclude that there is no similarity between Quran and Vedas at all. Not even in the, I was thinking, I know that 95% are contradiction, okay, maybe few things are common. And I was sure that, okay, at least God is formless is mentioned by God in the Vedas, at least it is matching in Quran. So somebody who wrote Quran has copied that, okay, God is formless. But even that is also not true, is what I have discovered today from Zakir Naik's speech. See, God says in Vedas, Sapariyagat Shukram Makayam Abhrunam Masna Virang. He is undrillable. You cannot make a hole in Almighty God. God does not have a body. God does not have a nervous system. So if God has a face as told by Zakir Naik, that means He has a nervous system. He has an eye, ear, etc., etc., etc. in the Jannah. Of course, I made several videos to explain that there is no heaven concept in the Vedas. There is no hell concept in the Vedas. Heaven and hell exist only on this earth. So basically, before entering into comparative study, religion, my religion is superior, even your Veda speaks about Allah, your Veda speaks about Prophet Muhammad, your Veda speaks about formless Almighty God, all those things, he has wasted several years of time just to convert people from Hinduism to Islam, whereas the concept of Almighty God is extremely different in both the religions. Of course, Vedas do not belong to any particular religions. Vedas are from Almighty God. Vedas are for human beings. So we must not follow any other book. We must not worship any other Almighty God. All gods in any book, be it Quran or Bible or Bhagavatam, is imaginary gods. There is no such God's existence as described by Almighty God in Vedas, that there is only one God and that is me, and I am giving the knowledge to humans through the Vedas only, and I emanate this knowledge inside every human being whenever he attains a samadhi. In fact, Yajurveda Purush Sukta 9th mantra says very clearly, Tam yajñam barhishi prokshan purusham jatam agratah tena deva ayajanta sadhaya rishayaschaye. Sadhya means yogi, one who has attained siddhi by yoga sadhana, and rishi means one who has attained or realized the Ved mantras in samadhi, and deva means one who are philosophers of Vedas. these people, they worship the Ayajanta Tena Ayajanta. They worship Almighty God by His Vedas, by adopting the Vedas in life, and they meditate upon that Almighty God. Barhishi Yajnam, they worship that Almighty God who is present before the creation of the universe, who is ever formless. They worship that Almighty God by adopting the Vedic path and by sitting in meditation, by doing name jap from the Vedas. This is the concept. So God says, Tam means, oh humans, you must also worship similarly by adopting the Vedic path as adopted by Rishi, Muni, Yogi, Tapasvis, and should not discover new religions, should not discover new books, should not write new books to define me. God has been defined by God Himself in the Vedas. God is giving the knowledge of Vedas that this is the path you should follow. Once you follow the path of Vedas, at one point of time you will attain Samadhi, and in Samadhi you will be able to understand the ununderstandable. You will be able to realize the Almighty God. And that realization cannot be described by words. It is a realization. For example, I say that I have a severe headache. I cannot describe by words. What I can describe is I have a severe headache. Severe headache you can just try to link because you would have got headache sometimes. Severe headache I cannot express more than this by words. So similarly, realization is a matter not to be written by words or books or theory, etc. Realization means it is I am having pain in my body, or I am having pleasure in myself. This cannot be expressed by words. This is Nirakar Jnanam. So we must always Tena Deva Ayajanta Sadhaya Rishayaschaye. We must always worship the Almighty God by adopting Vedas. Because Rishi, Muni, Yogi, Tapasvis, they realized Tam Yajnam Barihishi Prokshan. Prokshan Barihishi means they realize they hold that Almighty God in Samadhi. So you also hold me in Samadhi. You also attain Samadhi by adopting the same Vedic path as being adopted by Rishi, Muni, Tapasvi, Yogi is what Almighty God says in Purush Sukta. So let us, this Kerala story movie is so popular nowadays. I mean, many people speak about Kerala story, what we can try to do, how we can save our women, etc. The only way we can protect the women is by giving her the knowledge of Vedas. The only way we can protect ourselves is by listening Vedas from an Acharya. No other protection is possible for any one of us. Only protection is Almighty God, and that Almighty God protects through the Vedas, through the Veda mantras, through Acharya, Rishi, Muni, Tapasvis. Otherwise, this kind of story will keep on happen because people are selfish people. People want to earn money, name, fame, enjoy sensual pleasures. So convert one religion to another religion, they will get money, they will get sensual pleasure, they can enjoy sensual pleasure, etc. So this can be stopped only by adopting the Vedic path, only by educating people on the Vedas. Otherwise it's impossible. So try to spread some good videos about Vedas, Vedic culture, Sanatan Dharma to people. And of course we should not find shortcuts in Sanatan Dharma. Okay, Sri Ram Ram Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, this is Sanatan Dharma. If somebody says no, Sri Krishna adopted Vedas, Vedic path, Tam Yajnam Barhishi. Sri Krishna never says that do name jap of Krishna Krishna. Sri Krishna listened Vedas from Sandeepan, we must also listen Vedas from an Acharya. Sri Krishna did everyday yajna, we must also do everyday yajna. Sri Krishna worshipped Almighty God of Vedas, we must also worship Almighty God of Vedas. We should not try to find out shortcuts. We must always adopt the original true path, otherwise nobody can stop from, repetition of Kerala story, etc. It is impossible. No rules, no amount of, rules and regulations by government can stop these things. The only thing that can stop is Almighty God's power and the knowledge of Almighty God Vedas. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.